to TEKLA, I just want to tell you it's a user-friendly software. Based on the fabrication purpose, we are using this software. Actually, on the to be clear, what are I just told you that there are the three designations based on the software we can attain in an industry. Even if you are a professional worker or if you are a fresher, you can be able to get an opportunity by using this TEKLA knowledge very easily, because more than AutoCAD or any other software, it is very user-friendly software. At the same time, you can able to understand each and every detail in a 3D view, and you can able to visualize a kind of steel structures very instantly. So based on this, I just want to give an elaborated kind of what are the benefits of TEKLA. Even if you come to see here, you can get a constructability, that is level of detailing. What is the level of detailing? It means it's just represent what are the detailed concepts you are going to handle in the working, as in the working nature. Okay, once if you have created a model in TEKLA like this, if you have created a model in TEKLA, if some persons will ask the single part drawing for the NC file cutting, and some of them will ask the assembly, and some of them will ask I just want to know what is the total weight of the structure. That's enough for me. So like that they will ask. This is the thing which this is the model of the silo supporting platform, which is right now I was working in this platform. It's a Turkey project using a Middle East environment. So based on this, if you come here and see, you can able to get a complete set of knowledge, how you have to work on column, and how we have to work on how to connect the beam, how to connect the bracing connections, and how you have to give the handrail details. So everything you can able to customize according to the fabricated point of view, and also with the client need, what's the scope of work if they are asking. So you can easily communicate with the fabricator at the same time client by using this software. You can relate this software like this means, once if you have a knowledge of the detail input, how you can get the details to work on the project. Based on this, you can able to easily work on this. So coming to the software, if you see, you will be having a number of profiles available in based on the environment. As I said in previously, you will be having a localized software of 17 languages and a 32 environments and 20 languages more than the globe you can access with this software. So as like, to be frank, if you are using a number of softwares for technical purpose to produce a drawing, but at the end of the project, what you will do, you will submit it in a 2D format, right? So for that, you will use an AutoCAD software as a tool. So likewise, we will be using to deliver the steel structures drawings in a 2D format by using TEKLA. So in TEKLA, you can able to do, at the time, you can able to do a modeling. At that time, you can able to make it as a 2D, a separate assembly drawings like this. If you see a set of assembly drawings you can do, while if you are getting the correction and if you are getting the comment that you are doing a wrong kind of connections, while you are customizing the connection based on the client comments like that, while if you are doing means, you can able to see here it's a parts modified has been highlighted, right? Here you can see. So those things, the drawings which are getting corrected or automatically will get updated, or sometimes based on the major changes, the drawing will be we have to recreate. So like that we are working. But here, what is the very significant role here it is, you can able to customize the drawings according to your need. And at the same time, the time will be the time consumption is very easy for you while updating the drawings. For example, if you see here, this is a beam drawing. I'm just clicking for an example for you guys. See here you can at a time you can generate a top view, front view, and a single parts. Everything you can see here. And if you come to the bill of materials, you have to know what is the total weight of this assembly. You have to know, right? So based on that, you will be getting the bill of material in the corner. So likewise, if you are using in manual or any other software, what will happen here? In some softwares, it's not easy for you to create NC file. So what is NC file? NC file is a data input for the CNC cutting machine, which will create the bolt holes and plate cutting, and everything will happen in a fraction of second by using those format files. Okay, from TEKLA you can generate that NC file. At the same time, you can give the data to the number of fabricators. Even if you are having a person, for example, some companies will have a customized kind of connections. They will be familiar with that. Whatever load it is, they will give that customized connection and they will just give it to the fabrication factory. So in that case, you can use this format also. Okay, so coming back to why I'm explaining with the kind of a live project is you can able to understand what's going on live project instead of giving a demo of some other project or slideshows. We are a civil engineers, we are having a civil engineering background. We know what is column, what is beam, and what are the gussets, and what is going on the structure. We know initially we have learned for 4 years that only. Okay, but apart from that, what is technically we need to know more about from that. So that's why I just went into the project very detailedly. If you guys have any doubts, kindly make a note on it. At the end of the session, I'm happily want to explain you about in detail. Just a minute. Okay, and then coming back to here, if the person is asking more than this, how to say, I just want only the single drawing for NC cutting file, and then those things also you can generate and you can give to the fabricator. Okay, fine. And then coming back to here, based on the grids, you will be creating a grids based on the geometrical point of the structure. So based on that, every grid will have a plan and elevation section. If you go to here, A grid will have an elevation, B grid will have an elevation, C grid, D, E, everything will have an elevation with a set of identification as a assembly marking will be having here. And then on drawing, you will be reflecting, and at the same time, you will be having a level wise plan also will be on a transparent. For example, if you come and see here, it's a GA drawing. We'll be calling it as a GA drawing. GA drawing is nothing but a general arrangement drawing. Okay, so based on this, you see here have been given grid one. Okay. Here, if you see, you can see what are the elements, column, beam, bracing, gussets, everything has been connected here, and you'll be having a representation, and the assembly marks will be highlighted here. Okay, so based on this only, you will be having a set of knowledge, what is going in the structure and what are the set of drawings we are going to release, and these things will be follows in your upcoming sessions. Okay, and just coming back to this slide. Okay, what we can you will be having now a doubt. What is these are things can even AutoCAD can also able to do. Apart from that, what is very unique thing in TEKLA? If you come here, means the level of detailing concept is very easy. At the same time, you can able to do a number of materials. You can work on that. If you have a basic knowledge of concrete, timber, or steel, everything you can work on that. But right now in this session, we are our scope of training is only focused on steel, the basic tool accessing, and then having a basic knowledge about the steel structures, how we have to approach the structure, and then to work with TEKLA software. If you come here and see, even in AutoCAD, you will be having a set of drawings. Okay. You will be having in AutoCAD also, you will be getting an approval drawing like this. Okay, these drawings are approval drawings. Okay, these are the input details which you will have to create it on the TEKLA software. So these, based on these details, what you will do, you are getting the connection detail like anchor bolt, and then what are the rafter details you will be getting. Everything will be generated with you to you in your hands, and after that you will be creating it as per grids, as per the grid and the elevation. You will be creating everything in TEKLA. So before getting into the topic, very clearly you must have a knowledge of an out sketch. What is TEKLA and what you are going to do with that software. So for example, if you come to any other detailing software, this is not that much easy. For example, in market we are having a lot number of softwares for detailing, but nothing is this much easy and realizable for you to understand, because here you will be having a number of tools which will be used as a user friendly. At the same time, we can able to understand. Okay, now coming to the standards. Okay, fine. We'll see. While coming to the standards, you will be having a set of knowledge. This is actually US standards. US standards will be in feet and inches, and other than that, we'll be using meters. Meters will be on UK, and then Australia and New Zealand persons will be using a set of standards. It differs upon the project, what we are in that. Okay, so New Zealand person will also have a set of US projects. So on that case, we have to work on feet and inches. So based on that, you have to know about the grade and about what is the minimum and maximum and what are the section types, and then what is bolt diameter, what are the tolerance, and then what is the anchor bolt dia they will give the minimum and maximum, if it is in feet and inches, and what is it in, what are the fastness, that means what are the bolts, nuts, what are the standards they are giving. So these things you have to be in your knowledge, because while working on TEKLA, the most of the standards, most of the softwares company nowadays in the top MNC companies are using the TEKLA softwares. Okay, just as an interoperability system or for any advanced piping software, or else if you are a normal fabricator also, you have to get a set of knowledge about the steel detailing concepts. So based on that I'm telling, so these are the fundamentals which you will be getting in this course actually. So in depth, while on teaching class, you will be learning it in depth. Okay, fine. And then coming here, as I said, it's an intercollaborated kind of a software. You can able to work with architecture person, MEP person, and plan design software. Everything you can get it in on hands in a IFC kind of category that's issued for construction. Even if you're issued for construction also, you will be getting a number of revisions while you are getting into an oil and gas industry. So while doing corrections also, you have to incorporate with the drawings at the same time. So once if you are updating the 3D model, if you are correcting the 3D model, you will be automatically updated to the 2D models. So there is no issue at all. Like AutoCAD, there is no, you can able to do the every line or every circle you have to draw. No, it's a very fast. You can generate it within a fraction of a second, that those drawings. And coming to the software, here we will be seeing about the basic TEKLA 21.0, which we will be seeing oil and gas supporting structure, PEB warehouse, offshore structures, and equipment placing platforms. So everything we can able to create software. So what coming to the each and every section, I will just elaborate you. In oil and gas supporting structure, what will happen? You have to incorporate with the set of team. This is not an individual project. You have to work with a set of team, a kind of a detailer, a modeler, checker, and a person who is monitoring the total project. And you will be having a set of knowledge about the equipment, and then a piping, and then structural. So at the same time, you will be having these knowledge. But in initial stage, while you are getting into the field, if you are a fresher, if you're a student, or if you are changing your career from AutoCAD to TEKLA, just for the career updation. So in that case, you have to know the basic things which we are focusing right now to transfer the knowledge for the students and then working professionals. So based on that, you have to know what is really happening on the field. So while we are working with the persons who are related to that field, only we can grab the knowledge and we can transfer to ourselves, and we can experience based on that. So I was worked in oil and gas supporting structures, as I said previously, PEB warehouse, offshore, and equipment placing platforms. So here, which are the major role more than the offshore structures are very familiar in very top MNCs only. It's not that much of a small scale industries can't handle those kind of structures of projects, because it's a very mass project and you need a group of persons to work on that. So apart from that, if you are focusing on offshore structure, you have to get into that field. Before getting into that field, you have to get a knowledge of PEB, equipment placing platforms, oil and gas supporting structure. So these things you have to get on hands on. In easy thing, you have to within 1 hour or 2 hours, you have to generate a steel structure. And then if you are easy in that, you can get into offshore. So compared to the oil and gas PEB equipment platforms, and then coming to offshore, there are these slight variation and differences. What are the variation differences is, in offshore, the standards will be totally different based on the environment and project. And based on the company also, it will get different. But while if you are interested in doing freelancing, or if you are startupping a new set of company for fabrication, and you need to place a tender, but in that case you have to know what are the total weight of the structure, and what is, even though you can do a manual calculation, but you can't give that much accurate while you are quoting for tender for getting a project. So in that case, you can use TEKLA software. If you are able to do a set of 3D modeling from the person which you are getting an input data from the structural engineer. So that will be easy for you. Once if you are having a practice with the TEKLA, with the basic knowledge, that's enough. And then coming to here, TEKLA Structure is used in the construction industry for steel detailing mainly. And at the same time, based on the software, you can able to create and manage a 3D modelings. As I said, even in concrete and steel, everything you can do based on the user friendly of the software. And apart from that, what are the designations? As I said previously, if you are a fresh year with the experience of 3 years, you can get into a modeler position. And if you are a modeler, you can get into a checker position within 4 to 6 years. Even nowadays, the job designation plays a wider role more than a knowledge. Because if you are in a stream, you have to struggle and you have to get the another designation in some set of years. But with a good sound knowledge, nowadays the top MNCs are ready to place them even if you have a zero experience also, at the same time with a kind of a good package in the form of contractor. So all the seniors who have been previously worked in TEKLA nowadays are placed in the top MNCs for a contract basis. For per month, they are getting 1 lakh. So like that, they are charging for the knowledge actually. So because why it happened like this suddenly means, in some cases, the project will have a high cost. You can't afford it for a person to throughout the year. So in that case, the project have to finish it in 2 months or 3 months. So you can earn more money in that case. And another set of project will be coming again back. You will be having a good knowledge on that. So you're not only playing the same role for a number of years. At the same time, you will be having a more salary, you will be paid, and at the same time, your designation will be changing. And also you will be having a good knowledge around a number of steel structures which you are working as a 3D modeler. Even there is a 3 set of designations here I have been mentioned. In these 3 set of designation are highly paid persons, at the same time having an equal weightage, because it's a kind of a team player category of role. So you have to get the all knowledge. In every person have to get into this knowledge. Okay, fine. And then coming to here, if you are having a real projects, what will be the workflow? The workflow, if you come and see here, the workflow will be having, initially you will be dealing with the client, the input design and the other databases will be collecting. And after that, we will incorporate with the modeler, 3D modeler of TEKLA person, and he or she will create a model. And based on that, the set of 2D drafting team will work on the 2D drawings. And then checking person will be checking the drafted drawings. And again, the comment will be go to modeler person. He will be update the drawings comments as per checker list. And then again, after finishing the drafting, the final output will be returned to the client, to the fabricator or to the industry or NC file. Everything will be a total set of package of while we are giving into a final output. Okay. And then coming to 3D model. This is an PEB structure which we have been seeing here in AutoCAD right now. It's a input GA which we get from the client. So based on that, I have been created it in TEKLA. So this is a sample model. I just kept it. So like this, you will be having a set of 3D model, and apart from that, what you will be creating, what are the, after creating the 3D model, what are your responsibility as a modeler and as a detailer and as a checker? Every person have to know about how to create the basic 3D modeling techniques. So here you'll be having a number of tools. So based on the dimensions, and then here if you see, you will be having a number of dimension list. And then if you come here, you can see a kind of selecting all the options, user interface, how to use the software. So based on that, you will be having the set of icons here to work on that. And then apart from that, you will be having the shapes based on this. And then even come to edit, every a set of detailing thing will be having a trim, split, divide, everything command will be similar to the other editing software. So like this, you will be having a set of knowledge based on this. And then if you come, you'll be creating, you'll be having a set of samples, which is be creating column, beam, and bracings. Everything will be how you will be creating. So you have to know how we are create. Here, if you see, you will be giving the trimming, splitting, dividing command. Everything will be highlighted here. And coming to toolbar, you will be customizing the tools, everything which related to the structures we are creating. And then a kind of customization. You may can able to customize the command based on, you will create a with the help of a shortcut keys, you may can create it within a seconds. And here coming to, as I opened the drawings previously, as I said, you have to know you have to get the knowledge how to create the GA drawings, shop drawings, and how to create the report, how to create the NC file, how to coordinate the drawings for the total usage of the pack for the fabrication purpose. So these are the knowledges which I will be teaching you on the class in the upcoming days. Okay, let's come to see about what are the training syllabus we will be covering here. So initially, there are the 4 levels. Here we can see a set of 4 levels of pattern in this training session of around 40 to 45 hours, 45 hours around, I hope so. So in this, you will be having, initially, I will be teaching about all the user interface of these software tools. And apart from that, I will be handling modeling tools and the commands, how you have to do the basic things, move, copy, mirror, and copying to another pane, how you have to create a weld, what are the weld properties, what are the bolt, and what is chamfer edge. So these things will be teaching on class. And then applications of components. What is the application of components and how we will be using it? So in this case, I'll just tell you one thing. Okay, if you see here, I have been based on the grids and elevations, you will be having a set of coordinates. As I said, X, Y, Z, and what are the labeling parts, and a kind of what are the elevation levels you will be have to mention. Everything will be feeding here as per the client data. So after that, you will be highlighting every elevations will be highlighted based on that. What are the top of steel of the beam you have to give here? What is the top of the steel is the top level of the beam, which represents the elevation level which we are placing the placing the beam based on the column orientation. So these are the basic things we have to get updated while we are working. And then because these plays a major role, because if the levels are mismatched, the total structures of the height will get mismatched actually to the client input. So we have to get sure with this. And at the same time, if you are having doubt that based on this, you have to give the numbering, because every element will take an individual number properties based on that. And here you will be giving the material profile list. In profile list itself, you will be having a catalog based on the environment. Some environments. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, ma'am, there was someone unmuted. I have muted the issues.
Okay, shall I continue?
You can continue, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. Fine. If you will be having a number of profiles updated here based on the environment, otherwise you will be creating, in some of the MNC companies, they will be having a set of profiles which they will upload based on their user nature of the structure. So based on that, there's a complete set of API team is there. They will be working for that. So you won't worry about it. So you'll be getting the profile details like this. For example, U profile, C profile, and then T profiles. Everything will be customized here. So based on that, you will be working on that. And after here, if you are finished the modeling, you have to know that what is the total weight of the, this portion, this beam, what are the elements that have been attached to this. If you click the assembly property, it will be highlighted. It will show you the what is the beam position and what is the main property of the profile. We have been updated. What is the width, height, everything will be updated here. And you will be also getting what is the total weight of this particular beam is carrying. That also will be highlighted here for you with the length and breadth, everything. So that's the reason why every fabricators are interested with TEKLA software, because actually right from 1999 onwards, this software was in the industry, and still it's facing a lots of challenges, even if it is as a most advanced softwares like E3D and S3D2. Because the advanced softwares having a user interface ditto like TEKLA. What's the advance and what's the difference? If you see, means in TEKLA you can't create 10 mechanical, electrical, plumbing sections. Okay, but in E3D, if you have a knowledge of TEKLA, you can easily learn the advanced softwares. That it won't be that much difficult for you, because in those softwares you will have to get specialized in some categories, mechanical, plumbing, and then structural, everything you have to get updated. But once if you have a knowledge with TEKLA and the modeling techniques, and if you have, you can easily work on E3D, any E3D softwares you can work with easily in any projects. So that's the makes a major difference. Once if you have a set of basic knowledge in a set of standards, that will be easy for you to work on the updated softwares. And then coming back, okay, as I said, what are the application and what are the components here will be highlighted. As I said, the modeling, we will be creating the grid, and then everything will be highlighted here. And apart from that, you will be having a creating column. How to create a column, you have to give, and you have to mention the profile details. So based on that, you will be working on the structure and beam, and then bracings, gussets, everything will be customized. And coming back here, apart from that, apart from the placing a member, what plays a major role here? You have to know that, right? Okay. Before that, I will just tell you. Hello? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay, fine. Here, if you see, means you have to give an exact cut as like a real-time project. So in this case, you will be having a set of components which will be customized based on that, will give a cut length, and everything will be happen as like in fabrication, how you are doing, you will be working on that. Okay, so and then next one is you will be having here once again. Yeah, coming back to here, I have been said the number of reports. So you can create a report based on the assembly drawings. based on the single part, based on the material, based on the profile. So here you will be having a list of catalogs. What are the persons asking? Based on that, you can get a report by clicking a component or by selecting from all or selecting from the selected. So even individual member can also create a report if they want that particular member. So like that, you will be creating. And coming back here, you will be having a connections. So based on that, you will be working on that. As I said, if here we are working on the new notch, you have to give an as this is the I-beam. And then in this beam, we are adding a kind of component here. You have to get weld here. So based on that, you have to give the clearance. These things have to on and knowledge with a person who's very experienced. So based on that only, you can able to understand how much clearance you have to give for the erection purpose. And these will be you will be getting the knowledge from only the experienced person who is working in this project. Then only you can get. So that's the major role here for me, for you to transfer those knowledge. So don't worry about that. And then here, coming here, this portion, as I said, joint and connections. Here we'll be having a base plate, hot chain connections, and then joint plates. As like the whole structure, some of the whole structures will be have welded connections, and then some will have a basic component, custom component connections. So these things you have on knowledge. So everything will be having you'll be having a set of for connection details. You will be having a set of detail inputs like this. So based on that, you will be creating. Okay, so manually also you will be creating. So based on the plate element method, you will be creating it manually. Okay, in level 4, you will be having a complete set of knowledge how to create and how to figure out the errors. If a modder has done some errors, you have to know about that, right? So based on that, I will be teaching you the basic techniques of 2D detailing, where we have to know what are the part marks and what is the how to do giving dimensions, and what are the without giving more dimension in detail on a component, how you have to give in a unique way, and which should be in an informative way to the fabricator for fabrication. These things will be comes around at level 4. So on hands-on, these are the things which we'll be having in our TEKLA software while we are teaching basic techniques, and every set of basic knowledge will be getting around here. You can ask if you have to do a kind of a circular platform, a stringer, and then ladder. These will also you can do in TEKLA, but it will be in an advanced course actually. So initially we are focusing on the basic set of knowledge and basic user interface tool of accessing of TEKLA softwares. So based on that, we will be doing. So in that case, we will be handling a basic set of syllabus pattern. So that you will be getting it from our Protrainy person who is assisting with you. Okay, anyone is having any questions? Hello. Hello. Am I audible? Hello.
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Okay, fine. Okay, let me see now about the PEB also. So this is PEB structure. Also, once I'll just show you the details. And then coming back here, there are a set of erection drawings, which you will be seeing here. So coming back here, the relation of the grid. If the person is not having that much knowledge about steel detailing, but he is well versed in erection of having a site experience in steel for PEB structures. So in that case, you can generate then a kind of drawings like this pattern, which will be easy for them to read. Which will be easy for them to read. Even based on this only, you can get an order confirmation also, because from structural engineers, you will be getting what is the ISMB for 400, what is the rafter, what is the column, what is the mezzanine floor beam going on, what is the girder beam is going, everything in detail. You have to give an input detail from the person who is giving you, right? So if you are getting this detail, you have to know what is the details they are giving, whether it is wrong or right, and how you have to work on that. So based on that, you have to get a clarity. So in that case, if you are getting that much of clarity, you can able to create a model very easily. And having a profile knowledge plays a vital role, because you have to get the knowledge because this is a ISMB 500 and this is ISMB 500, means you may can get into a kind of a connection, moment connection or shear connection you can create. But if it is ISMB 400 and if it is ISMB 500, is this possible to create a connection here? Nowadays, based on the YouTube knowledge, every persons are working on that. So you may can easily, how to say, getting a miscommunication or misknowledge. So based on that, you will be having a wrong assumption of work knowledge. So what here you have to do is, you have to focus what you are working on, that based on the input details. So before getting into deep, very elaborated, so you have a set of knowledge about the profiles. What are the profiles they are giving for you to work? So with the basic profile knowledges, that's enough. Once if you are in a beginner stage, if you are in an advanced stage, definitely you have a vast knowledge about the profiles, because some of the structural engineers are straightly from the college, they're getting into the design field, they doesn't know about what are the profile they are giving and what is happening. They doesn't have that much knowledge. Without into that, as a fresh year, they are trained to only pass the member based on the software knowledge they will be doing. But while getting into access of the TEKLA, while you are modeling only, you will face some consequences. It is very getting tough. So based on that, you have to grab a vast knowledge based on the profiles. What are the profiles you are working, and what are the environments you are working on that. So be sure, not only here you are joining here or not, you are joining in any other center, whatever it is, be sure what you are learning. Okay, the learning process is very important, because on learning process only you can make a number of mistakes. But while getting into a real project, if you are make a mistakes, really it will be a kind of penalty. You will be having a punishment of penalty in this, definitely, if you are giving a wrong set of knowledge, because it's a huge amount of money will be using in the steel structures nowadays. Once if the member is fabricated and it's wrongly erected on the site, you will be getting penalized actually. So based on that, we have to make sure the experience and everything owns there, whether you are right or wrong, that only speak. So sure what you're doing in your work. And then coming back here. And for your knowledge, I just communicate with you one thing. So TEKLA Structure is completely a set of detailing software. Okay, it's not a designer software. Nowadays, they are inventing a TEKLA Structurals. That is the designing software with the detailing concept. Even though for that also you have to get a knowledge for modeling. So based on that only you can work on that. Here it is. It's a full set of PEB with a G+2 structure. So based on that, I just want to explain you one thing here. Here, if you see, this is the first floor. Here you will be having a girder beam. It was placed here. And then based on the wind bracings have been placed here. And then a set of this portion. Coming back to here, this portion is only for the extension of the RCC structure. You have the extension, a passage is coming here. So that's why we are given the beam connection like this. And then a rafter, and then a placing of purlin, and then sag rod. So everything which on site, how you are erecting the steel structure. Like that, you will be working a set of with using a steel profile. You will be creating a 3D model in TEKLA here. So that's the challenge you will be facing. As like in even you have to know about the erection clearance, and then what is the bolt we are giving, what are the bolt tolerance, everything on hands. You have to get that knowledge. So as I represent here, you have to know about the standard usage of the materials, what you are working with it, and what is the metal you are using, and what is the grade on that, and what is the bolt size you are giving, washer detail, nut detail, and then what is the weld detail you are giving on 2D drawings for attaching the two components, whether it's necessary or not, whether based on the thickness of the flange and thickness of the gusset, the weld sizes will get differ. So those things you have to work on that. So those are more technical details you have to get into a clean set of knowledge. Based on that only you can able to work on this. So for that, I will be helping with you guys. So here also you will be generating number of drawings like GA, and coming year drawings will be having, which represents a set drawings will be having. So totally 150 drawings. Once if you finish the model, you can able to release the drawings. That's it. Within a fraction of seconds, it will just generate it. So some of the persons will ask, other than TEKLA software, I want to get the drawings apart from the format. I need it in AutoCAD format in true scale. In some persons who are working in NC file and then CNC machine cutting, they will have a knowledge what is NC file and why we have to work on the true scale of the single parts. So those things we will be teaching you step by step, and what are the purpose and what is behind the business reward around fabrication industry. So everything will be revealing step by step in your classes. So I hope the demonstration was very useful for you guys. Anyone, come on, reply, yaar. Everyone is completely silent. If anyone is there, 8 participants are here, yaar. Why you guys are very completely quiet? Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Yes.
Good evening, ma'am. I have a question.
Yes.
How this TEKLA software is more, what I say, effective or means usable more than Revit? As we know,
Okay.
Revit also have
Okay.
that.
In Revit, you can create a model. In Revit, you can create a model, but you can't get a total estimation. At the same time, you can't create a single components in a true scale. And then mostly what the Revit model plays a vital role is, you will get a commercial business kind of softwares related you can get into Revit. Okay. In Revit, you can create a steel structure in Revit, but apart from that, as a Revit input file, you can't get into access with Idea Statica, and then you can't access it with some other softwares like how to say E3D softwares. So these softwares you can't interoperability system is not feasible with Revit. So that's the major issue right now. The field all the persons are facing. For architectural purpose, the Revit is very well versed and it's very developed. But if you're coming to the pure technical, if you are going to give the drawings on the site, you need exact measurements and exact what are the whole dia, what is the nut, what are the details, everything you have to customize and you have to give it in particular details to the fabricator. On fabricated industry I am talking about. Even having a Revit GA on a Revit kind of draw, whatever inputs or output you are getting, you can use it on the site for erection, but you can't create it on factory in fabrication. So that plays a major role here in TEKLA. So even by using TEKLA software, you can able to see here. I've just shared you something. Some reports have been generated for this structure itself. I've just generated in front of you. I'll just so report. So now I'm just going to take a material list here, a complete set of material parts list I'm going to take. So create from all. getting into the open folder and then reports. In front of your eyes itself, I just created the total weight of the structure as per material, as per assembly, and as per parts. So the total weight of the structure, you can see the total members have been 2,339, and then the total weightage will be around 62 kg, 1000 kg, and then something else. So here you can able to get the profile detail like this. You can get a part mark like this column, and each part marks in this format. You can able to communicate the fabricator what he is expecting really in Revit, with the usage of Revit output. No, right? So that's the here TEKLA plays a major role. For fabrication industry, the Revit output won't work out. For precast, just a minute. For precast, you can work with Revit. Okay. For steel, you can't work with Revit. Just for the commercial purpose, you can create a model and you can show off them like this. We are creating, this is a mass model, we are working on that. You can create, but on fabrication purpose point of view, you can't give the more details specifically as per standard. You can't create and customize in Revit, but you can do it in TEKLA with the help of API developers. So that's a computer programming. Actually, API is a supporting tool for the TEKLA, which they are customizing some components. If you come and see here, other than that PEB, in some of the oil and gas industry, what will happen? The engineers will customize the connection. So the customized connections you won't get in Revit families. Even if you are creating also, it will be tough for you to import and export, and based on that, you will be getting some clashes. But here, once if I am working in this, for example, if I am giving a connection, here I have given this connection, right? So here, once if I given this connection, I can able to copy and place like that in any portions like that. No, it's not possible in Revit. Okay, even if your copy also, it will correctly welded, or it will currently give the punch hole in this beam. No, you can't give that much correct output details. So here you will be giving everything in detail. That's the major thing here.